brother, that I know this is gonna sound like a ridiculous question, but because of the type of situation we're in psychologically right now, could you please explain to those who may be confused? Because you said that this is a threat to the African continent. Can you explain to those people who say they are not African why this information would still be a threat to Black people here in America and places in the West?
Sure. If you're Black Indian, that's fine. The people that are doing this to kill the world, you Black. They don't care if you say you Black. Matter of fact, they don't care if you're Black or not. You can say, no, you're white. They don't care. You can be white too. They're trying to kill everybody. They're trying to kill 90% of the people or the population of the planet. They've said and stated that they're trying to kill 90% of the people, and they're killing anybody that's not them. So what you saw in 2020, no jab, no job, 2021, and 2020 with the sickness, is about to hit the US again. When it does, they're not going to be interested in negotiating with you about what you're going to do. They're going to criminalize not taking the jab, and then they're going to force it on people. So you can sit here and not be concerned about chemical biological warfare now and just wait for your opportunity. Or you can understand how important it is. If you get resistance from there, you're going to get resistance from here. Because what I want you to understand is, if we don't resist, they're just going to outright kill everybody and we all die. If we start to resist, I want you to understand, it's not just like we have the numbers. We do have the numbers, but you're counting the numbers of everybody who's not one of them. The problem with that is they have a trick up their sleeve that we would have to understand, and it's a dangerous one. We can't count the people who didn't take the jab, who are not one of them, who want to rise up, and count them to be in the fight if they took the jab, because we don't know what happens when they start playing games with what's going on inside of people's body. So we can only count on the people who didn't take the jab and decide that they do want to fight back and resist, whether it's in Africa or anywhere, because we don't know how many people we have left in fight mode anymore. How many people didn't take the jab and are not going to take the jab? We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen when they start activating these 5G towers and 6G towers and playing with the frequencies to trigger unloading these payloads that are in people's body. That, I mean, they talked about the technology with the TheraGrippers. They put a payload of any disease they want. They put Ebola in you, you will start bleeding out of your nose, mouth, ears, just like the same is with, I think, similar Marburg. I mean, they put this inside of the payload of the TheraGrippers, then inject those into what look like liquid form shots. You take the injection, and now they're downloading nanobot technology and payloads with deadly, dangerous viruses inside of them that they can remotely unlock and unleash that inside of you. I can't undo that. If I can, I don't know how to do it. And we don't know. So people need to understand, you have to support anybody that's fighting this. Because we're only in the first stages. We're trying not to let them just kill everybody. We haven't dealt with the fact they've already loaded their poison in a significant amount of people. And we don't know how that's going to affect people. We've seen more people die in the last, since 2000, than any time that we've seen in the history of the world in terms of the numbers of deaths and the percentage of deaths. Nobody's talking about it because the people that would tell us about that are the people that are doing it. But the kind of death rates we're seeing among young people, and what's going to happen to future generations of children who were born with these changes to our DNA, we have no idea how far ahead of us they are in terms of mass genocide. We don't know. So it's going to affect you directly because you're in a war that you don't even understand or know about. And the few people that can fight it now for making it get worse, if you don't support them now, you're not going to have anybody to support you tomorrow. And that's anywhere in the world.
Yeah, brother, you just made me think of something, and I never really thought that I would say something like this, but how important is it for unjabbed people to get together and start reproducing just as a counterweight to what we know is coming, but how it'll be implemented? We don't know. Like I never thought, I don't advocate just random reproduction, but when I think about it and you tell me what you think, the people we dealing with, I've said this before, are literally the personification of death at their core, the essence of what they are. They do what they are. In essence, when we're in our right mind, we are the personification of life. How important is it for us to simply, in essence, do what nature calls for as a counterweight against the ongoing and upcoming genocide?
All right, so let me say that to answer that easily. In 2018, we did a lecture called Straight Black Pride. That's what it was, Straight Black Pride, 100-year plan. We did it at our, I forget what year it was, anniversary. It was an anniversary of Straight Black Pride movement in Atlanta at the House of the Black Madonna. You can get that DVD online. You get the electronic copy. I think it's $25, something like that. You can get the hard copy. Watch that. In that, I want to show you how far ahead of the thing we were. In 2018, in that lecture, the 100-year plan, we said, because we know they're going to be involved in chemical, biological warfare, we need to triple our population globally. I'm going to say it again. In the lecture, the 100-year plan, we discussed tripling our population, understanding that chemical, biological warfare is going to be part of the design of mass genocide, and our survival depends on us being able to outproduce their destruction. So the answer to simple answer to your question is yes, we need to be doing it. I'm not getting into the practical nature of being prepared to raise the families properly and all of that. All of that, none of that changes. We're just talking about math now, about survival. The second thing I want to say is somebody wrote a question and somebody answered it, but I have a different answer. Somebody said, what's the conclusion of your travels in Burkina Faso and the move to inform them of the deadly U.S. contract signed? It was also later explained that the health contract was from a previous deal. True? Okay. I was able to deliver it to the youth, but unfortunately, to be honest, I met with government officials, but how do I want to say it? I got to discuss a lot of things with them, but they weren't open to hearing anything on this level. So what I did as a second alternative was when I did the lecture with the youth, Mind Your Black Business, since my business is African Survival in the 21st Century, I used that lecture with the young people at the University of Ouagadougou, Kizerbo, to deliver at the end of the lecture the danger that they were facing with bioweapon warfare and its America hurt, but just really the bioweapon warfare and what it means if the country signs up to this. So I left it there knowing that they were filming it, they would share it, and the objective is to get it to a high level there and to the right people. And I've also sent it to people who I've met with at higher levels that they would be able to get it. So it's there. This paper is there in places. Did it get to the right person at the right place in the right time? I can't say that. Do they have it? Yes. Did I make certain? Yes, they have it. It's been sent to them. They've been made aware. I can't honestly say if Baba Traore has any idea or has seen it. I doubt he's seen it, which is unfortunate because I'm positive if he saw it, he would look through it, he would consider it, and he would also understand that he's a brilliant man. He would get it. But that's where I'm still struggling to get it to that level because I already know once he sees it, some things would change. I'm confident of that. Somebody here said yes to the fact that this that they signed up to was something that already existed. No, as far as I know, that's not the case. As far as I know, this is not something that was left over from a foreign regime. And no, they actually fell for it. Not fell for it like they fully signed up to their own genocide, but like they've said, yes, we'll accept the blankets. They don't know that the blankets have smallpox. That's the way I would say it. I don't agree with people saying that they know, and I don't agree with that. Baba Chiani in Niger recently accepted from the U.S., quote unquote, medical supplies. Those medical supplies include uniforms. I don't need to tell you the potential of that. Y'all live out there. Y'all are smart. Y'all are wise. The Niger, Chiani, Baba Chiani, Abdurrahmani Chiani in Niger accepted that on behalf of Niger, and now they have those things there. I wouldn't have done it. I don't think that these guys are bad. I don't think anything bad about these men. They're doing too much great work. I think we have not reached them to let them know, do you understand who you're dealing with? And the answer is a simple one. No, they've dealt with the French. And I think all of us get our egos into it. Like we think that, oh, well, if they know what they're dealing with, they deal with the French. We assume that the French is the white man in America. They're a little different. They might be of the same ilk, wanting to be destructive, but they have different modus operandi. This white man in America is sophisticated. We know. We're supposed to be making sure that they know. And I don't know that we've done the best job in doing that. So my answer to that is, I don't agree with what the person said that this was something that was done beforehand. I don't think so. I think they fell for this new trick. I don't mean they've fallen for it like we don't know. We haven't seen the outcome of it yet. But I don't think we want to wait for the outcome before we realize let's look more carefully as we move forward of our direction.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also follow us on our other social media platforms. On Instagram, we're at dc.radical1. On Twitter, we're at dc_radical_ONE. And the Cashapp is $DCRadical1. Again, thank you for subscribing. A BB for ODA and straight black pride.